Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into something pretty noteworthy involving BlackRock.
Yeah, the big asset manager. They've made a move concerning Bitcoin and, interestingly, retirement funds.
Exactly. We've got some material that breaks this down, and our goal here is really just to unpack what this means, the weight of it for long-term investing.
Right, because this feels different. It's not just another headline, maybe more of a potential shift in institutional thinking about crypto.
Okay, so let's be clear up front. We're not actually talking about the Bitcoin ETFs this time, which have gotten a lot of press.
No, this is arguably a bigger deal. It's about potentially putting Bitcoin into retirement accounts. Like 401ks were mentioned.
And the scale there is just massive, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. You're looking at trillions, literally trillions of dollars in U.S. retirement assets alone.
So BlackRock, being a huge player in that space, has essentially opened a door. Maybe just a crack for now, but still.
A crack for some of that, very significant capital to find its way into Bitcoin.
And the type of money is crucial here, right? The source material really stressed this.
Absolutely. This isn't hot money, not speculative trading cash. This is retirement savings.
So like long-term, serious planning, generational wealth even.
Exactly. Totally different from the funds people might use for, high-risk, short-term plays.
Which implies what? A change in how Bitcoin is being viewed.
I think that's the core of it. It suggests at least one major institution, arguably the major institution, is starting to see Bitcoin as, legitimate.
Legitimate enough for long-term financial planning, moving it more into the mainstream.
Definitely. And that sends a ripple effect, doesn't it?
You'd have to assume so. If BlackRock's doing this, you got to think the other giants, Fidelity, Vanguard, they're watching very closely.
They almost certainly are. They'll be evaluating whether they need to make similar moves.
And when institutions like these get involved, it means more than just the price potentially going up, right?
Right. It's about stability. It's about Bitcoin getting more deeply integrated into the established financial plumbing, so to speak.
Yeah, the plumbing. I like that. And this move, it doesn't exist in a bubble.
No, not at all. The context is important. We've seen the Bitcoin ETFs launch recently.
And companies like MicroStrategy just keep buying more Bitcoin.
Plus, you have some nation states getting involved, too. So BlackRock dipping a toe into retirement funds. It kind of fits that pattern of growing acceptance.
It feels like another step on that path.
Yeah.
So what is BlackRock really signaling here about Bitcoin's safety or suitability, especially for retirement plans?
Well, it implies a certain level of confidence, doesn't it? Confidence that it's viable, maybe dependable enough as a long-term store of value for people's future nest eggs.
That's a big signal. So when you boil it down, what's the most striking part? Is it the sheer volume of potential money?
That's huge for sure.
Or is it more about the validation from a name like BlackRock or the long-term retirement angle?
It's probably a mix of all three, But the validation and the long-term view might be the most profound shift.
The original narration called it something like the early innings of a generational shift. Does that feel right?
Yeah, early innings feels about right. It suggests this is just the start of potentially something much larger in how finance evolves.
Okay, so maybe a final thought to leave people with. Beyond your own portfolio, just think about the wider picture. What does it mean if Bitcoin becomes more and more woven into the traditional financial fabric?
Right. How could that reshape things over the next decade or two? Not just retirement, but maybe our whole idea of what a reliable investment even is.
Something to definitely keep an eye on. Thanks for unpacking that.